back in the car because we're doing another car and excuse me, because we're doing another car and book vlogging. Hello everybody, let me start the car first. Starting off in a parking lot that's very open and spacious. That's great, always a good start. And I'm on my way home. I just went to a hardware store, grabbed some things that I was thinking about getting, and I was thinking about doing a book called The Why Café. Oh, that's all the stuff falling around in the back there. Let me just see where the exit is over here, because it's a bit of a strange spot right here. There we go. Nobody else. You guys fell again. Alright, so here we go. Hello everybody, welcome back to another book vlog. While we're driving, I just left a hardware store, so we're going to go back home. It's going to take a little longer because I'm going the less efficient route, so we have a couple of minutes to talk. Right now, I'm in second gear, so the car is making a good amount of noise. That's because I'm about to turn the corner, and it's kind of busy here. What's going on? I want to just go over here. I think I can go in front of that guy. Alright, and then we're standing right by this truck in front of us. Well, that's great. Anyway, so I was going to talk about a book today called The Why Café. Why, as in the question why would you do that? And cafe is a place where you just go and grab a drink or something. And I believe it is associated or perhaps even written by the same people who wrote The Big Five, which is like a self-development, personal development type of book where you're supposed to figure out 5 big goals or things for you in your life that you want to accomplish, stuff like that. All sorts of things happening. So the Why Cafe may apply here as well. Just gotta get past this truck because he's really big. And we're turning left anyway, so we need to be here. Anyway, so yes, the Why Cafe, which I think is associated with the Big Five, which is like a self-help type thing. Like big 5 goals in your life, that type of thing. They called it the Big Five because it's kind of like the Big Five, as in people who will go trophy hunting in Africa would want to shoot 5 particular animals, which of course is very much frowned upon, but okay, that's where the term comes from. And so they were like, okay, if there were 5 things that you could accomplish in your life, what would they be? What would your big goals be? What is it that you want to have done, basically, before your time is up? Those are the Big Five. And the Why Cafe, I think, was written to more answer the why behind the what, so to speak. But it's written in a sense of a story. So it's like this guy shows up. I think he's got somebody else there. It's been a while since I actually read it, but screen. Yeah, a frog. Why are you so far to the right? You're not supposed to be here. Okay, goodbye. There's lots of trucks here today. There's a big crane in front of us now. I don't know what everybody's doing today. It's a Friday, so I don't know what's happening. I guess they feel like being super productive just before the weekend. So yeah, it's like a story thing, and I don't really mind if you're doing like a self-help book in a story format, but the thing is, the story was not written well. At least I couldn't get through it because I have this thing where characters need to make sense to me in order for me to actually appreciate the book. And the characters felt very two-dimensional, like they were cardboard cutouts of stereotypical thought patterns that people might have. It's a little difficult to explain it like that, but more like certain people, I guess, are doubting in their life, and they have a certain personality that's now attached to that. In the book, that is not in real life. People are just people in real life. Big surprise. And then there were the people who knew everything, that type of thing. Oh, I hope he's not going to go our way because I don't want him to be stuck behind this guy this entire time. So there's like these people that work at the cafe and they're like, oh yeah, I used to be like you, but now I'm perfect. So they don't actually say it in those words, but they did. That's basically what's happening. So, what are we doing, guys? Are you going to the right? Okay, great. You're going as well. Oh, shit. Well, shit. Oh, well, at least he's gone the other way, which is awesome. Because I don't want to be stuck behind him the entire time. That's gone. And there's that guy. How come it took him so long to get here? Weirdo. What's green? I almost didn't look at my lights. And there's people waving at each other. This place is crazier every time I get here. So yeah, I have a problem when characters are written very much like they're cardboard cutouts because they don't really have much of a personality and they're really just there to espouse a certain message, if espouse is even the right word for this situation. Like the guys are perfect who work there, and then the person who wanders into this cafe in a very unusual location where you wouldn't expect one. Of course, the situation has to be like a magical location that you can only find once in your lifetime, la la la, that type of thing. So whenever they express some type of doubt about something, they call this other person from the back of the restaurant, who just happens to have had exactly the same experience, and they're just like there to tell them that everything's going to be fine and la la la, like to basically say don't worry because we got you covered. But it's a really annoying way of writing characters. We're just trying to get out of the way of the car in front of us because we're being kind of slow. There we go. Alright, no more stoplight or no more traffic lights from this point on. And since I like to write my own stories every once in a while, I have a big thing for making characters sound like people that you would actually run into. The way they talk, the way they do things, their mannerisms, that sort of thing. And just the speech patterns. And they gotta have their flaws, they gotta have things that they're good at, you know, that type of thing. Like an actual person, you would believably at least believe that that could be an actual person if you read the story. That's the type of character that I like to write. Not to say that my characters are perfect or anything like that, but the people in the book, in the White Cafe, are so fake, it's really painful for me to read. So if you're gonna read it just for I'd like some tips on how to find out my why, then I guess you could read it. If you're not too picky about what type of setting, but even then, like even if that were your goal, it would be much better if they had just written a standard self-help book with here's a couple of things you could do, here's a couple of tips, and here's this and that, you know, because now you've got this story and people have to go through this story and they have to develop their characters and they have to go through events and stuff like that, like a chronological time order. It's not the same. You have to wait until they get to a certain point that you're interested in, and you don't know when that's going to be because it's not like there's a chapter list that says, oh, if you're interested in this, go to page 86 or something. At least I didn't see that. I also don't have the book anymore because I got so frustrated with it that I actually got rid of it, so I can't really tell you what page goes where, what page talks about what. But I didn't like it. That much I can tell you, because I got about a third of the way in and then I just got tired of it because I just can't only take so much of fake characters. I actually have the problem a lot because that's why I stopped reading fiction in general, because a lot of times, I say because a lot, oh my god, good lord. Hello everyone. This is your daily dose of internet. Alright, so great. This guy decided to take a very sharp turn. There we go, we're on the way again. So whenever I try to read fiction, I'm just so annoyed by things that I don't think make sense. Like people don't behave like they do in a lot of fictional stories, or they would be more practical about certain things, they would apply more logic to whatever problem is ahead of them. You know, like the typical movies where things could have been solved in 5 minutes had they only just asked each other the proper questions, that type of thing, and then in a book format. So I can't really stand that. That's why I kind of stopped reading fiction. It's not really on my list of to-do things. It's not my big five. And when I write fiction, yeah, that's the main thing. Like I said earlier, I like to make them believable so people don't have that same sense of, well, this would never happen if they were to read my story ever. So, you know, Now the only problem I have with actually writing stories is actually finishing them and then also publishing them or something, because I have a script ready to be edited, but I'm not really feeling the editing, so that's kind of not happening. And November is on its way, and probably will make a video about that at some point as well for a Saturday video, because November is NaNoWriMo, so that's National Novel Writing Month, meaning that you have all of November to write a novel. Usually people go for the 50,000 word goal, and that's the standard goal that I go for as well. So then I try to write a story 50,000 words, and I don't really tend to. Why are you here? You're not even a car. There's a guy on one of those Tour de France bikes thinking that he can just drive along here. What a clown. Get out of the way. I'll have to wait behind him because I don't want to pass him during the turn here. Don't really like that thoughts much. Get out of the way, you clown. Absolutely not supposed to be here. This is a car road, and a guy's riding on a bicycle, and there's no space. There's like lots of bicycle lanes in the Netherlands. There's like lots of videos on YouTube you can find about the great bicycle lanes of the Netherlands and how it's so easy to get around without a car. And he decides to go on the road that's actually meant for cars only, because he's one of those Tour de France bikers, and for whatever reason they're kind of like motorcyclists in a way. Like they think they own the road and they can just do whatever they want, and everybody just has to watch out for them, that type of thing. Now I know that not all motorcyclists are like that. Thankfully there are a lot of good motorcyclists out there as well, but those don't tend to get the attention because, you know, negative stuff sticks with people longer. But okay, that's another aside. So I'll probably do a video on a NaNoWriMo project that I'll be doing in the future. Now I know that traditionally people don't really tend to care much about writing videos, but I will make one anyway because that's what I'll be doing, and probably that's all I'll be thinking about during November. So you're going to have to suffer through at least a few videos of me talking about writing stuff. But we'll see about that in November. In any case, I'm almost here at home, so I will stop talking to you right now. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.